Hey, everybody. Welcome to Comics Covered, our weekly show where the co-founders of Cover Price, Matt and I, go through a bunch of fun stuff that happened this week. We've been joined pleasantly by Phil for the last few times. It's really
He's
nice.
the one true king.
You guys had something ready just in case I crash. You're like, he's shown up more than twice now.
That's right. I have it in there now. So we'll just have it every time.
You know, funny.
It's always an honor, and I appreciate it. The opportunity to hop in and talk comics. It's what kind of all brought us together. So I just like hanging out. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Cool. No, we love having you.
The funny thing is, I've known Matt so long that I could sense that he was up to something. Like I could see it. I could just see like micro expressions.
I have a button.
I knew something was going to happen.
Let's just do it again. We'll do it again one more time.
He's the one true king.
And what's funny is that's actually where I got the name. I used to just go by Nerd King, and when I decided to make it a public profile, they're just like, well, how can you do it? And I'm like, well, I did this during the time of Game of Thrones, and it was the one true King of the North was the big thing.
That's right.
Oh, well,
that's cool. I didn't know that. Well, that's fun.
Where it came from. Funny stuff.
Yeah,
I really do miss, like, there's shows that I miss watching regular. Like I miss watching Game of Thrones. You know, I find myself sitting there waiting for something to watch.
Yeah,
and like there's just sometimes I have nothing to watch. I am excited that the Night Agent's back. I really loved that first season. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yep, it was
Invincible's coming back, so that's pretty good.
Invincible's good. There was another show, the Recruit. I like the Recruit too.
I never saw that on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
We're watching American Primeval, that Netflix thing with the 1980s Mormons in Utah and the Indians and the Native American, all that stuff fighting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it's insane. But yeah, Game of Thrones was good. There are two people though: the people who could make it past the incest, and the people who couldn't. So many people dropped off after that.
Showed up for it.
I used to call it like porn for D&D freaks. You know, when I first saw it came out, and all of a sudden I watched the first season. I'm like, okay, this is more than just that. This is actually good. I'm actually getting involved. What's going on? But I've been enjoying the Apple TV programming. Like I don't know if you watch like Severance or Silo or For All Mankind or like I'm a sci-fi nut. So for me, like the most bang for my buck in like serial shows to watch between like Ted Lasso and God, what was that last one? That was from the guy from How I Met Your Mother, Jason Segel. He's like a psychologist.
Shrink. That's Shrink. Yeah.
Shrink. Oh, such a good show. Like sometimes you just need like a breath of fresh air. That and Ted Lasso were fantastic, and the sci-fi shows on Apple TV. I give a heinously high recommend if you ever look at them.
Heinously high.
Heinously high.
Today,
the last show I really loved was Dark Matter.
Dark Matter was really good too.
Oh, Dark Matter was great.
That's my jam. That type of stuff.
You know that Jodelle Farland, the 5 or whatever. That she's a huge cosplayer. She's a huge comic book person.
Huh.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think her name's like Jodelle Farland or Farland.
Anyway, you can say any name right now, and I'll just nod my head.
You'd be like, "Yep,
Nadia, comic book lady."
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
All I have is just
let's set the show up. What are we doing?
I had Jennifer Connelly. That's it. I just had to talk about Jennifer Connelly, and we can also tie that to like some of our articles too. But continue.
No, I was saying today we're going to talk about Megacon. Megacon's coming up, and every year or every convention for the major ones, we spend a ton of time, or I should say our data integrity team spends a ton of time, weekends and nights and everything, amassing all of the exclusives that are going to be at the con. And so if you're going to go, it's a great kind of wish list. It's a good shop list. If you're not going to go, it's great to see what's going to be hitting eBay and all the other aftermarket sales things soon. It's fun to talk
what will be on our top 10 the day after.
And so this is going to launch publicly for everybody, but we're giving you guys a sneak preview because we love you guys and you guys tune in, and it's something fun to talk about. So Matt, do you want to take it away? Do you want me to do you want to do the top 10 stuff first, or?
Yeah, sure. Are you going to drive?
Yeah, I'll drive.
All right, cool.
All right, here we go. So this week we had a cool top 10. You want to go through it, Matt?
Yeah, so I mean, this what's interesting about it. We'll get into it on the show directly tomorrow for sure. So make sure you're tuned in. Laura does a great job hosting that show, and they do a better job of segmenting it all. And then they do a runner-up show on Nearing Nirvana. So if you ever want kind of like that extra show, it's fantastic. I wouldn't call it extra; it's just as good. So we had a bunch of big trends happening this week. So Spawn, Mark Spears, you can't shake Mark Spears at all. It just somehow one monster book will fall off and then another one will pop up, and then it'll just move around back and forth. Like it'll slide up, slide back down. Spawn, that Spawn book jumped up to like $50 raw this week. It's just crazy. This was a $5 book 2 weeks ago. You could have bought this book all day long, every day. So now it's pricey. Yeah, and the all-in specials back on. Like it's weird how these trends work. Like sometimes, so one reminder of what happens is some of these books are still selling like crazy week after week, but then there'll be a big book, a trend, something that causes this immediate response to that, an immediate response in the aftermarket. Like for example, that fourth book in its IDW announced, it's called Dark Spaces Dungeon. IDW announced that there is some development deal in place for it, and with 3 other titles. I'll have to pull it up and refresh. My writers are covering it right now.
That's cool.
Never mind. I mean, in development stuff, it's interesting. Like these books are way under the radar in terms of speculation. If you were speculating on these, then you were doing something right. So the other books, if you ever, John, if you want to open up another tab and just jump to the mover list real quick.
Yes.
And From Hell's back on there. There's rumors of another of a new film based on or TV show off that book. It feels unnecessary. You have one with Johnny Depp already. I don't know if it needs to be redone, but and people are desperate for something new. So there were some books I was surprised not to see. The Galactica book was not didn't make the list. Granted, it did drop in price, but it surged in volume. And that too does go hand in hand. We've talked about that several times. So for some reason that didn't make the list. I was surprised not to see that. That Black Panther really got its big push last night and this morning, and it hasn't really trended in price. So I expect to see that book on the list next week. And then there's other. You can just look at all those Spawn Spear books. They're not really doing anything price wise, but all those Spawn Spear books are just on fire right now.
That's a cool one. He does like
every
monster.
single time somebody figures out another cover that he did, it just kind of
I mean, it's nuts. It's actually, well, maybe not nuts. I mean, they are. You look at them, you can tell why people are going after them. They're absolutely gorgeous covers.
It's crazy when a new artist kind of is just, they've been around, not new. I mean, he's been around for forever, and then all of a sudden just catches fire and there it goes.
And what typically happens is you'll have when Peach hit the market, when she hit with her some of her first her Marvel Rising cover, and then she had was it a Spider-Gwen cover?
She had a Spider-Gwen cover. Then she started doing some Harleys, and she started
When she took off, she just started getting thinned out, she was doing too much, right? And you would get a really good cover, and then not such a great cover, and then a good cover, and then a great cover, and then a not so great cover. you get these mixtures of that up and down. And so far, obviously, Mark is not affected by that, and he could probably produce high quality. And I'm sure he's
well, even so, though, too. I mean, he's been doing it so long, people are just discovering what he did that was really good. I mean, if he did a bad cover, good news.
Right.
It's been covered up by time, With Peach, it was kind of like she just burst onto the scene, and every single thing she did was put with that spotlight scrutiny on things. So yeah.
And John, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see just 2 more rows. Maybe one more row. Okay, yeah. There's another title there called Kill Lock. That was the other title that was optioned, and it didn't quite make it to the list either. I was surprised for it, but it's just starting to pick up in price today.
What's that one about?
Oh man, what is it about?
That's cool.
4 robots, a soldier, an addict, a murderer, and a child must work together to find a cure for the kill lock, a programming link that means if one of them dies, they all die.
That's creative.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Although that tells me one thing, it's like there's certain rules right now that's across the industry. We can get into more content stuff later, but everyone is asking for grounded sci-fi, meaning sci-fi with no special effects. And the fact that you have the word robots in there tells me like that ain't getting made. That's not getting made.
And it's just because they don't want to pay for the special effects?
Yeah. Did you watch Paper Girls at all?
No.
Yeah.
You watched it, Phil?
Yeah.
So the scripting was good. The actors were good. I think there was some that were stronger than others. I can't remember which ones, but they were likable. The show was sweet. You know, I liked the kind of the first episode, and then it was just the scripting got a little weak. And the special effects were horrendous. It was so bad, and then it took you out of the show, and then it was canceled by then because it was like people just dropped off.
Yeah.
And plus Netflix doesn't want to spend more money on it, you know.
No, you need to find like somebody that you can like data, right? You can just paint his skin and he's an android, right? Give him some contacts, he's a robot. You know, they need that kind of special effects right now for budgets. So you know,
it's interesting. There's a bigger conversation. There's so much out there about the state of the industry, and the future of Hollywood and the future of of filmmaking and TV shows. But that could be a conversation. We're actually launching a big content-based article, so we'll save that for another show.
Yeah,
but that'll be fun to have you on, Phil, for sure.
Well, when I went to NAB, there was a really great presentation for the National Association of Broadcasters out in LA and Las Vegas. They had this huge thing on like what's happening to theaters, where they're going down, like the 5 different kinds of trends theaters are getting into for more immersive experiences and things like that. And there's a lot that they're up against a lot. I mean, the whole side of things has got sorry, we'll save it for another time, but yeah, very interesting.
No, it's good. It's a big conversation, for sure. Another fun little thing that will be on the top 10 next week. I don't know what books. I'm always curious to find out what books trend. But John, you should be happy about this. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is coming back with a reboot.
Oh, really? I didn't even hear about that. When? Who? What? Where?
It was announced this morning, I believe, or over the weekend.
The comic.
So
I heard Sarah Michelle Gellar just announced that she's open to it, but I didn't hear that they actually greenlit it.
Yeah, Hulu's going to reboot Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sorry, I apologize. I forgot I'm not supposed to do that, but that's great news. I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
I was a huge Buffy fan back in the day, in the high school days. I used to watch every episode. It was
same.
Yeah. Oh,
same.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep, I'm there with you, brother. We'll have
Thank
watch parties.
Have you rewatched it since? Have you gone like through it
with my daughter? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So she's expected to reprise the main role. Now there are theories. So have you? Probably not. But have you been keeping up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer? From Boom?
No,
not really. No.
So I read the first 2 issues, but I've not read since then.
So they have the current storyline. Let me give the proper title. There's basically it's like old man Buffy, essentially. But it's called Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. Is what the book is.
So what's her name? The brunette. You know who I'm talking about, John. The other
Charisma?
The other Charisma Carpenter or Elsa Dushku?
Elisa Dushku. Yeah, her. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, she's. I remember they gave her a spin-off comic. I've got the #1 of that in there too with Boom. They did a foil cover
They
for
said
that.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to reprise the main role, and Chloe Zhao from the Eternals is going to direct.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's what's that?
Joss Whedon's letting go of the property.
Well, I don't. He's been canceled.
Yeah, I don't think Joss has a stake in this anymore. I think he's out.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Who knows? It's a new world where people are pardoned and all past sins are forgiven.
Well, I mean, supposedly Jonathan supposedly Feige's thinking about bringing Majors back.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, that just hit a Daniel RPK rumor the other day that Marvel's back in talks with Jonathan about reprising some portion of his role. Like he'll get to kind of, obviously it's going to a different way, a different ending now. They're not going to pivot again, but Kang may get a better finish or something.
Can you come back to the screen and just die?
It's crazy.
So we'll see if we get Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. Maybe, but if that ever gets announced, that series could see a spike. But her first appearance was in a Dark Horse annual book.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't know about it, so they will typically go to Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1.
Do you know what it's called? Let's look it up. Is it just Buffy?
Yeah, here, I'll send you the link. It's where did I put it?
Yeah, I'm curious. And everyone who's listening and watching, thank you so much. It's always good to hang out with everybody. Did you guys watch Buffy?
Yeah, did anybody else here watch Buffy?
Yeah,
just John.
I will say I've never watched one episode.
Dude, I've done it my whole life. I talked about it probably all the time with you. And
I know, and I think that's what put me off.
This freaking weirdo.
So, I put it in our chat, John, for the link directly. It's a lot easier.
You see so many parallels between Buffy. Honestly, it's just the red wig, but that's basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer you see in the Scooby-Doo movies when Sarah Michelle Gellar's playing the point.
If it doesn't have Christy Swanson and Luke Perry, it's not for me.
Yeah,
Christy Swanson was okay, but
Joss Whedon was not a fan of how they portrayed her and all that. And that he was
it was campy. It was campy.
And then Paul Rubens was in it, right?
Paul Rubens was great, though.
He was great in it. I did not know that was him.
Yeah.
So so Buffy's first appearance is in this, and then it jumps over into her solo series, which she has some pretty good Things from Another World. Was that what it was called? I can't remember. Or Another Universe. Sorry, Another Universe. There was a bunch of variants for like some gold titling, gold font, or gold logo books. I forget who put that out. I think it was also Dark Horse, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Dark Horse.
Well,
so
cool.
It'll be interesting to see what books. I don't know. See, this gets into the weeds a little bit, so a lot of people might not know that this is her first appearance. So they'll probably go to Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1. I mean, it's the one that makes the most sense, essentially.
Yeah, I have the whole old Dark Horse run. Those were the old times.
Yeah, you'll have to sort by age.
Yeah.
You're looking for the oldest.
Yeah. All right.
Anywho, so yeah, there's a lot coming. Next week is going to be really interesting in terms of what the top 10 is going to look like then. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a top 10 without Mark Spears. Who knows? Not that we love Mark Spears; he's always welcome. But it is, of course,
a lot of Buffy fans in the chat here. That's good. Good to see we're among friends.
So,
did you also watch Firefly then too?
Oh yeah,
yes. It was only one season. You had to watch it, right? I mean, it wasn't hard to catch that one.
I love the whole scene where the guy's like, All right, we're even. We're good. Mal's like, we're good. And the guy's like, I will find you. I'll hunt you. And he goes, and he kicks him into the engine. He goes to the other guy, we'll give you this back. We're good. And he goes, yep, got it. I'm good. So the writing that those little hits were so fun.
So my connection earlier talking about Jennifer Connelly was to Labyrinth, and you can see on Final Order Cutoff, if you click on that FOC, that's one thing I got to call out. I don't know if you guys understand how low print some of these boom books are lately, but they're really flying underneath the radar a little bit in terms of like they just dry up. But if you check out this it's a David Bowie Razak cover, and it's at the bottom in the variant section. You're almost there.
I'm stopping and taking a look at all the other ones.
Actually, I'm a bit right there. The Suspiria, I really love Suspiria's work, and that might be the first Penthouse comic I buy. And then I'll have to have it like hidden. So my wife is like, "Why do you have a Penthouse?" It's different now. It's full of comics.
Yeah, we promise.
There you go. There you go.
Man, kids today just don't know how disturbing Jim Henson could make puppets back in the day, man. Between this and Dark Crystal, and
I'll be honest, Fraggle Rock creeped me out. Was that Jim Henson, or was that just a?
That was Jim Henson too.
Yeah, it was Henson still.
Yeah.
But
I got my hairstyle was Fraggle Rock.
So what's interesting, I think the B cover has this is not, I think we used the wrong image here. I think that's the Virgin, and I think the Virgin, so there's a cover B. Is it so that's a little confusing, but that's the 1 in 25 variant is that cover. So
no,
I think they used the wrong term for cover B, because I don't think it's a cover B. But yeah, that cover is, if you blow it up a little bit, I mean, it's just fantastic. Absolutely love that cover.
That's drawn? No,
yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
So like, I have, it's already pre-selling at like $80. So if your store gets Labyrinth, you might want to tell them to, jump their orders up a little bit to get that 1 in 25, or pre-order somewhere where you can get it cheap.
Yeah.
I did talk to Boom and said, hey, can we get some to give away? So we'll see if that happens.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are about 30 minutes in. Why don't we jump into the?
Yeah, let's get into Megacon. So one thing to note is that there's 350 exclusives as of now for Megacon, and we have about 180 in the system. So tomorrow's going to be a big push to get them all in. This site, the landing page for Megacon exclusives, will go live tomorrow. Whoa, look at that. I don't like that at all.
Extreme close up.
Yeah, that was hideous. Oh, yeah. Man.
Move this man.
Anywho, I just wanted to use that clip.
We have fun here.
So this list will go live. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I have a Ferris Bueller. There you go.
Cover price hat, the usual. All right, I'm gonna put the thing up. Here we go. So
177 exclusives. So this list will go live for all of you folks tomorrow at 6 p.m. Right when the top 10 show starts. And so we're going to have them talk about it and announce it and kind of go to it. But it'll be available to you guys. You can start making. You can select the books you want, make a wish list. Everything in here has the book, the artist name, the retailer or the publisher, what it's limited to, what the booth location is, and what the price is at the convention. So the whole point of this, if you're going to MegaCon, this is how you plan. This is what you'll use to plan out your buying, for your buying map. And
I was just gonna say,
different.
what I love doing is whenever I go to a con, go to this and just add them to your wish list, and then you have literally your punch list of everything. It has the booth number, it has all the stuff that you need. So you just add it to your wish list, and as the sales and the aftermarket stuff starts turning, you can sort this entire list, and it's going to get up to, I think, another, you said 400 or so total.
Yeah, a little like 370 or something like that.
You'll be able to actually sort by what the aftermarket value is, and you'll see what's really trending. And it's such a powerful way to explore the con and to kind of see what's happening. And usually the stories, like the whole, like anytime there's controversy or whatever, you'll know, because you'll come to this and you'll see one just like trending like crazy, and you'll be like, oh, what's the story there? Who punched who? Who slept with whose wife?
No, God, no, let's not do this.
Yeah.
All right, we reserve that strictly for C2E2s. That's the only place that happens.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be at C2E2, so that will be our first in-person convention.
Round zero.
Yeah. Boom.
It's not a convention if there's no drama. It's fun to have a little bit of drama.
So anything stand out to you on this list? Let's see, we got a bunch of Batman, Absolute Batman, which is fun.
So my favorite, so what this is usually full of, what's interesting, some of the big takeaways is it's full of the stuff from Tidal Wave. So we have a lot of Fame books, and it's, on a surface level, you're like, oh, what are these books? Don't need it. But there's some really good covers for like Fame, Eminem. There's some good stuff that's being offered.
This is awesome. It's a cool cover.
Yeah, who is that?
Zoe
Lachey?
Lachey?
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Zoe's work.
Bunch of aliens. Aftermath. Ooh.
Oh, that's tight. I like the alien look of it. Yeah, I like.
There's a bunch of naked people here.
So one takeaway is that there's a ton of Something's Killing the Children exclusives too.
Isn't there always?
There is. There's a ton of Transformers.
John Gallagher. Yeah, I like that one.
Let's see. What is this one?
That's Aftermath by John Gallagher.
Did we add the little sparkles, or did they come?
No, those are on there for reasons. Reasons.
That's cool though. The like negative.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a full version of this. I don't know if we can show it on the show. I guess they're censored, but if you click on that link, just open up a new tab.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the regular version of it, and it's quite something.
Can we show it, or should I not show it?
It's blank. It should be blurred out. It should have the same effect. So,
here we go.
Why not?
So yeah, Aftermath, all the alien stuff.
Yeah, scroll down. Oh, I guess not. Oh yeah, right there at the bottom there. So there's a lot of them.
Just a lot of boobies.
There's a lot of them. So if this is your thing.
How are we going to sell more books this year? Boobs. When in doubt.
It seems like a joke, but like I have Big Leg. He's selling on eBay Live, and he's like, boobs. It's what sells. Like everything else will sit, but if it has boobs on it, it's like flies out the door.
High beams. that is the definition of high beams. That's true. Yep. Looks like a gamer. So check out this Delato cover. That's cool. Venom in the new suit. It's
so funny because like Venom is one of those. Venom and Delato are the ones that ruined Venom covers because there's so many great Venom covers, and this is a great Venom cover. It's just so hard to pay attention to them because there's so many of them. But see, that's a good. I mean,
Spidey with the squinty eyes.
I mean, they're good companion ones. Like that goes well with the Mega book, the Mega Delato.
The 1 in 100, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks that is the vibe right there, just minus the blue sky.
It is, yeah. Right.
Dig it. Did you guys? I mean, are you guys still into Something's Killing the Children? Have you guys been reading it at all?
I pick up the collections. Like I don't get them single issue anymore. I wait
Well,
for.
this is a new series, right?
Yeah. All these they do the like Book of Cutter, House of Slaughter, all that stuff. I was reading them all, and they're good. It's because I just think of it's like Buffy. It's like kind of like that whole Buffy female fighting demons thing,
Yep.
which is fun.
Yep.
Click on that Bug Wars.
Oh, that's a great comic.
So I read it. Yeah, did you read it, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
it's really good. And when you get to the back, and because I got one of the previews of it, and you get to the back, and you just see like all the thought that went into the universe, right? Like they are planning, and it looks good. Like I am really excited about Bug Wars, very much so.
I haven't been following this at all. What's it about?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, kind of like in a little bit of Fern Gully feel to it, right?
Yes.
Like there's different kinds of creatures involved in it as well.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely got the Game of Thrones vibe. Person passes away, relative inherits the place, that whole thing. But no, it is highly recommend Bug Wars. As far as reads go, that was one of my favorites that I've gotten to get my hands on lately.
What's the cool Momoko cover?
Let's just this is helpful. Rook, thank you. It's pronounced Lakay. Zoe Lakay.
Lakay, thank you.
I like the other one is like that trips me up is so I'm a huge foreign Lao fan, but it's Lu. But I can't because my mind has been saying Lao for the past 15 years.
Yeah, I've had somebody told me that, and I almost didn't believe him at first when they told me that too. It's just like, really? Like, no, yeah, that's really the name.
Yeah, well, it's not coming out of my mouth. So.
Yep.
Hey, Matt, you're getting a little shout out for taking care of an issue for the 4 Deadly Venoms.
Oh, that was probably Matt Day.
Well, the team.
I don't think it was me. Maybe not.
Other Matt. That's cool. Yeah, Matt Day is one of our is a huge part of Cover Price, and if he's listening, shout out to him. But he basically takes care of everything and makes the site run correctly. He's amazing human.
Bug Wars is good. I actually will do a giveaway with some Bug War books in the next upcoming week. So if you haven't been following it, it's good. Yeah, check it out.
Don't Pay the Ferryman. Interesting.
Don't Pay the Ferryman has had some sleeper books. There was a Momoko book for that from 3 years ago that does pretty well in the aftermarket. Some of these books are super, super under the radar.
Ooh, John Gang.
And then you got some famed Chris Pratt. Of course, it's Mario doing an Akira homage, which is quickly getting.
I was really into it, and now I'm getting a little tired of the Akira stuff.
Getting a little squeezed out, yeah, for sure. But it is well. I mean, if you think about it, there should have been like it is an appropriate one for Mario. So
Yeah. What's the difference between these two?
Probably one's foil. I'm assuming.
Limited 50 homage, battle damage. Okay. Oh yeah, can see all that.
Right. So subtle. Yeah.
So subtle. See it one more time. I like the battle damage one. That's cool. They should have Mario like bleeding or something.
I know, that's what I thought that was going to be looking for, but the cart's cool.
Right.
And then you got some rock stuff.
Yeah, so these are Matthew Waits is he's been doing a lot of these in the style of Super Mario 3. So these are all kind of homages to that.
You ever see that photo of him?
Yeah,
when he's got the fanny pack and he's got hair. Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And then we got some John Cena, some Peacemaker. So this morning we have calls with the team and stuff, and we were talking about this cover. And one of our developers in the UK is a huge Peacemaker fan from the TV show. And have you guys watched it? It's such a good show. It's done so well. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
the opening dance scene, like the dance scene in the opening, is just hilarious.
Yep.
Do you want to? Yeah.
All that fun stuff. Okay. More John Cena. Thugonomics.
I do love that that joke, you know, that you'll see John Cena in his car, and it's still like, wow, who's driving? Yeah, who's driving that car?
Driving that car.
Yeah.
Somebody, I've got like friends that go to cons and take their picture with them. Like, nice picture of you and the fam. Who, you know?
I thought you got a picture taken with John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, then we get more Keanu fame. Oh, okay.
Man.
Yeah, so there's a lot of these fame books. I mean, there's going to be a lot. They definitely bring a lot. And actually, the tidal wave folks are pretty good about giving retailers a good heads up about what titles they have coming. And it's pretty like whatever cover you want to do with whatever artist you want to do, they're pretty open to it. So it definitely gives retailers the opportunity to kind of be a little strategic and thoughtful of what they want to do to celebrate that actor. You know, and some will hit, some won't. You know.
Do you think it's a little too flooding of the market? And I mean, like having that many covers, or
Bro.
I mean, the classic. It's a
Well,
classic.
it gets to a point where this is a time when it's not about the aftermarket returnability, you know, a profits there. You're really just buying the cover you want for. If you're a Keanu fan, you're going to pick one of these or miss several of them up.
Yeah, but
know?
there's like 12 different Keanu ones there, right there, man. It's kind of like, I mean,
It's hard.
to
It's
me-
hard.
And these are $80 each. I mean, that's
I
still
do appreciate what variants do for the market, but okay, make a specific variant. Don't
Right,
make 15 of the same thing. Sorry, that's
Right.
my opinion, and it's not
No,
the stance of anybody particular I know, but I'm kind of done with the whatnot. Everybody needs to have 20 different variations of the same damn book. I'm done with it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people share. Hey, what's up, Tony? A lot of people share your thought process on this stuff. It is,
But somebody's buying them because they keep selling them, you know. So I mean, it's obviously for someone.
You know,
It's not.
Like, you know, as someone who does like design work and stuff like that, like I just, it's not lazy because each one has a different, you know, whatever. But I'd want to see a variant with a different cover, not just a
Yes, that's
variation.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like, it's just like you put a tint.
Damn thing.
Yeah.
It's just a different. I'm going to make this one in color. I'm going to put a weird overlay. I'm going to do a different weird overlay. I'm going to do a third weird overlay. You know, it's just, you know, it lacks, to me, it just lacks, it screams cash grab and not creativity to me.
I feel that way. Yeah, I agree.
Well, what are they limited to? 25 or 20? What does that say?
Well, one says limited 2.
This one has 6 only. 6.
Yeah, I mean that's why the prices are so high because they keep that print. But I get it.
That's weird. I mean, that means that they only want to make like $160 off that run. You know, or maybe
I mean, the Tidal Wave has. They're pretty flexible. On, you know, they have probably a printer that they can go to and do all these quickly. So the overhead cost. What a retailer told me is that it's very cheap to do these. So it is.
And let's be honest, it wouldn't be the first time that, you know, more books show up just magically out of somewhere,
right?
You know, especially when you're selling them just on Whatnot, where you're not having a lot of tracking going on. So
there was, if you look at the Gal Gadot ones, so there, if you click on the jump into, if you open up Gal Gadot into another screen, John, you can see this is where it gets like, see, again, I'm a fan of Gal. There's a lot of good covers in here, like all those Greg Horn covers. Yeah. I was so close to buying one.
Yeah,
so close.
But those are different. Those are different covers. To me, these things make sense. But boy, oh boy. Yeah.
Different. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, but I mean, they're different. They're overall. They're not all the same one. Yeah. So that's a really cool cover. The Wonder Woman. Here we go. Past the boobies, past the Akiras, past the the Keanu's. All right, that's a cool cover. Rudy Ao. I don't know that's his name. That's cool. Look at the sword.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, more tidal wave.
So we're another Baroness covers are probably some of the best aftermarket performers that you can find. Most Baroness variants do well over time. Even whether you love the cover or don't, it just works. I do love that G-Nort, that Cho G-Nort right below it. I think that's Cho, right?
Yeah, that's definitely
I
Cho.
love Frank Cho a lot.
Frank Cho always does a great job.
Yeah, that's a cool cover. That's an homage to that one artist, right? That classic, not classic, but what's her? Oh God, brain's not working. But it's cool.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, yeah. So, what is with the G-Nort? I remember there's all the swimsuit issues, and it's always G-Nort. I forget what's the story behind the name G-Nort? Is that like a?
Well, G-Nort is who is G-Nort? I forget. Wasn't he he's part of the Lantern Corps? Yeah, he's a part of the Lantern Corps. G-Nort, Esplanade, Janice Mocker. I'm probably picking that name. As a character, he's a member of the Green Lantern Corps and later a Dark Star and member of the Justice League Antarctica. He resembles an anthropomorphic dog and is generally incompetent and used as comic relief.
Good times.
And I don't know why he has a swimsuit edition. I don't know why they did a second one.
I guess that's the question. Is like they did one. It was like, oh, okay. Now
it is a very odd connection. I'm sure if anyone did read it, is there
actually reads those?
Yeah, this is a cool cover with all them. Look how ripped she is.
Who is that?
Catwoman.
Catwoman. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Perillo.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a Perillo. I mean, that's a painting. That's a full size painting. In his house somewhere.
Now, I do like when they incorporate a different cover into another cover in a subtle way. I always think that's kind of like clever because
Hannah like that a lot too.
Yeah, it's a big.
Yeah, we got some Godzilla underneath there, huh?
Here's the thing. So ANZ did a very successful Godzilla cover with Art Adams for New York Comic Con, and why stop, right?
Bro, that's a freaking cover. That's dope. That
is a really good cover.
ANZ, they're all sponsoring. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. We worked with ANZ.
What's the next one? Is it a foil? Yeah. Is there a foil version to it? What is this? What does the text say?
Virgin foil, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to have my friends look for one of those for me because that's tight.
That almost looks like a Japanese wood block kind of art.
Yeah.
Dope.
No, it's great. That's a good one.
Got some Grimm. Matt, were you into Grimm for a little bit?
Yeah.
No?
I read the first.
But I hear it's good.
Yeah.
People who read Grimm like Grimm.
Yeah.
I never got into it, but it does look fun. All right. More Gallagher.
Yeah,
Heat Seeker is another one where you can get some pretty skimpy covers.
I don't know if I can click on all that stuff, but
no, I don't think you need. Oh, hey, Lucky Devils.
Let's see. Did you hear that John Gallagher Heat Seeker combination number 3 Megacon exclusive is mostly a trace of a stock photo? Really? Which one?
I'm guessing the one you just had up.
Oh, that one? Oh, that's interesting.
Is that John Gallagher? Oh yeah, it is John Gallagher.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 different ones.
There's 3 of them. Yeah, there's 2 different ones there. So it's either a butt or a body. So
he did trace it. That's actually my butt. Second,
you never see it because he's sitting all the time. But
it was my picture I put on social media, and he just took it.
I mean, I like what he did with it. Matt, I'll be honest. I like what he did.
Yeah, I wasn't holding a gun, but I was holding a comic. And he's kind of just.
I was holding a burrito.
A burrito. It's just a little peekaboo for the fans out there.
Yeah. Something to keep them coming. Hell Hunters. Megacon.
I don't know anything about that. I know Lucky Devils will be popular.
So here Walks Monsters was successful a couple of years ago. Yeah, and Lucky Devils has 2 different sets.
I just picked it up.
There's a regular version, a virgin version, and then there's the foil version. So that's the foil version. Is like they call it like the Halo one, right? And it's like
This one's cool.
yeah, we did get the Lucky Devils comps.
Oh wow,
but,
John Boy did a magic right underneath there.
Yeah, let's look at that magic.
Cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Tom's got a cool one there. Nice
Is
job,
that-
Tom. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Does he rep John Boy? I think he reps John Boy, right?
I think so. I know he does a few different ones now, but that's a tight one right there. I
Did
like
you guys
it.
notice the Sentinel in the background?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
Cool cover.
John Boy doesn't miss.
Here's some Momoko magic. Oh, that's a cool. I like that version.
I do like that one too.
That's really cool.
Damn.
It's
So
just
we got the Trinity. We have the Trinity booth. That's a good one.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, when Momoko's on, she's on.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
yeah. She always adds stuff though, right? I mean, like I think she did like a Witchblade. She added all these like balls and things. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It
But
definitely takes a little bit of that anime kind of like eyeballs popping out of demons kind of thing, and she definitely takes a lot of Japanese cultural, parts and pieces and incorporates them. I found, but yeah,
some Mark Spears.
I was never a big fan of that Venom book to begin with, though.
The Null, yeah, it's the homage to the
That one's been homaged a lot over the years.
Yeah.
We got some Eminem.
So I kind of like these covers. So that's a homage to Transformers 3. I forget which one it is. But it's something close. But I do enjoy these Eminem covers for the Orbit ones. So Orbit, if you want to like, Fame is the celebrity base. Orbit is musician based.
Oh, that's right. Didn't they do like a Biggie and then was that at like New York?
New York Comic Con, they had Notorious B.I.G. Yeah, there was a lot of great covers for that. But luckily, it was only like one, or like there wasn't multiple versions. It was just one or two.
A time traveling Slim Shady.
I have a personal rule, and I don't know if people follow it. If there's more than 2 covers, I'm out. So that's usually how I handle my pickups. And of course, people don't have to go with that, but that just saves me money.
So is that if they have more than 2, just any 2?
Yeah, I don't like to what you were saying earlier. I like when there's one. Ideally, when there's just those are the books I kind of go for when there's only one version of that cover.
Yep.
There'll usually be I'll accept one if it has a black and white or a version of another. That's okay. Especially if I really love the art. But, yeah.
So that I was gonna say you probably don't buy anything then because everything has more than like 50 different variants.
It definitely helps cut down.
But at the same time, too, though, most of your con retailer groups, like the Comic Mint, the KRS, those like that out there, they're doing one variant of a book as opposed to 15 of the same books, which you get with some of these more, I sell for whatnot, or I sell for eBay or things of that nature. So a lot of those places will do the one-off, that kind of side of things.
Yeah, you're right. And like, for example, they had the Will Jack Vampirilla. They did three covers of that. Now, so I should edit myself. Maybe it's more than 3 covers but then I just picked the one I want, and I wanted not the New York one, but the traditional.
But Will's like improving every single time. He's like a Lou. He's like it's Will's somebody that I collect because you're seeing him evolve constantly. He's
Mhm.
constantly kind of, and I feel like one of these days, eventually somebody's going to get really high on him, and all of a sudden, all those other Will Jack covers are going to be like, oh yeah, Will Jack, I'm going to grab this one too. I feel like those are some of mine.
It is cool. I mean, the cool thing is we get to watch these guys throughout their entire career. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we get to see them get that one little spot where they had a cover or an interior or whatever, and then all of a sudden they then become more and more of a cover artist or a famous artist, and they become like one of the classics. You know, eventually. It is cool. We got some Snoop. That's a cool version. Doggy style.
So we're running out of time. Let's jump to the second page real quick.
Rogue Savage Land's coming in now.
Yeah. I mean, there's Art Adams, for example. Yeah, for sure. And the one below it, I do love that. That's Lee, right? Lyrics Lee.
Yeah, Lee. Yeah.
I do enjoy your figure lyrics
too, but yeah.
Silverhawks. Who in the chat watched Silverhawks?
Me.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember too much of it. Sorry.
I just remember the guy with the cowboy hat playing the guitar on the front of his jet, you know, and just seeing like the lasers come out of his guitar.
Silverhawks has one of the best openings. It's definitely in the top.
Tales and Thundercats for me.
Back when they were doing all the like 80s glam rock opening kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like glam rock. It was just it had a little bit of an anime style to it that was very dynamic and like it was always better than the actual show, right?
Yeah, like Thundercats was. Thundercats was very anime in style. You know, the running and everything's like super fast, and then the flashing across the screen, super anime. And then all of a sudden you get to the cartoon, you're like, we just like tuned into a Hanna-Barbera all of a sudden, right? Like total bait switch.
My favorite opening is Bionic 6, so I'm waiting for that to happen.
I have that song in my head all the time. That got an earwig in my ear, like my brain, so long ago. Bionic 6.
Bionic 6 is one of my favorites.
Mask. I remember Mask. You
remember
remember
Mask?
Mask. Mask. It's like all the they were like you know different kinds of helmets that would get put onto them. We'd give them like certain kinds of like suit powers and stuff. It was all called Mask.
That's
fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anybody else remember Mask? Am I the only one? What the hell?
No. Well, everyone. Yeah, Mask was big. I wasn't into it as much as other people, but you know. But if you scroll down, I do really like. There's a Void Rivals cover that I like a lot. Actually, there's two. Miko Swan and Mike Choi. Mike Choi has a gorgeous Void Rivals cover for 15.
I'm sorry, that's a cool cover though for Something Seen on the Children. Who's that? Matt Wilson.
That is cool.
That is a cool one. And some Sonic, just to give some.
Yeah, but this was Bird City did this. I'm surprised that they're redoing it because this was a Bird City cover, and it's exactly. Is it a foil version? Okay, that's how they got away with it. Yeah, someone took the same art.
This is Comic Kingdom too. It's not even Bird City.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they got the art, so I'm sure Bird City's probably not happy about that. But you know, I don't like that having Ori have the book and then there's two other versions.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not to say anything bad about their exclusives that are coming out. You know, if you missed out,
it's okay. I don't owe anybody anything. I just say things.
Is that DMX?
Let me be the bad guy.
DMX, yeah. Phil said it.
Phil's a bad guy.
Some tribute stuff. Tribute Walt Disney. Interesting. Ooh, Genie. Yeah. I wonder if this is because of the Steamboat Willie stuff that took off.
Yeah, this is the
Kind of capture. Yeah. Ooh, Stitch does look good though. Ooh, you got me. Ultimate Wolverine. All right, we're running out of time. So this was my favorite.
Uncanny Kiss art book. What the?
Real quick, so it's like okay, so you got Jean Grey and Emma kissing, cool, and Scott's watching. But then things get serious. Okay. But, you know, he's a man. He can control himself. But now when it gets too far,
okay, yeah.
This is a family show, John. A family show.
How he was shooting right there. That was
he just
classy.
Premature optic blasting.
Vampirella.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually like that.
That is a good
one.
one.
That's cool. Void. Oh, here you go. Here's your Void Rebels. Oh, that's a cool cover.
No, not the Gang one. I mean, Gang's good, but I like the Mike Choi one down with the star screen.
Yeah, that's a good one. Miko.
Let's see.
Where's this? Maybe I passed it. Oh yeah, right there. Mike Choi.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I like that star screen a lot.
That is cool.
It's not Starscream. That's Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Oh, it's Hot Rod. It is Hot Rod. Sorry,
Yeah,
you're right.
Hot Rod.
I was looking for Starscream.
I'm surprised I knew that. They're all Hot Rod.
Yeah.
So there's a foil version of that Witchblade homage.
You're
Right
dating
down
yourself,
below.
Birdie.
Oh, this one. Sorry, this one. My bad.
Oh yeah. That's the Silvestri one, right?
Yeah. So there's a foil version of that. So that should probably sell out very quickly.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed this, but if you click back on the one that one's gorgeous. That's probably going to be one of the hottest ones of the con right there.
Is that the Rada above it? Is going to definitely move for Witchblade 7.
So if you go to that Witchblade 7, John, if you click on the issue, if you don't mind. So what's interesting is there's a trend that she's doing here. So you have this Valentine's Day cover, and then I think go to the issue before. So go to issue 6. And then scroll down.
Yeah.
So then there's that version, and then there's another one, I think, from another previous issue. So there was a Christmas issue. Yeah, so they're all like this very similar style. So it's kind of a sneaky set that's getting building there. And you're welcome, Reef. Yep.
So we didn't mention it. We do have a giveaway today. If you guys want, speaking of Witchblade, perfect way to end it. We had one more of the same one that we gave away last week. This Karis Witchblade cover by who was the artist?
It's oh my god. Kirkham. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Tyler
Kirkham.
Nice.
Cook some ham? What? And if you want it, it's hashtag Witchblade. Enter, type in hashtag Witchblade to enter in the giveaway.
And this is the one that Reef the Sea got last week. So Reef, you can win it again. Then you have 2.
There you go, Reef.
If you win it again, this thing's
If you win it again, I'll send you the top cow version so that you have the set.
Ooh, that's fun.
So if Reef does win again tonight, I'll send that one.
So Megacon. So don't forget, like, whenever there's a con, come to Cover Price. Tell your friends about these lists. I mean, this we want to be a resource for everybody. We think it's helpful. We think it makes your con experience a lot more fun and helps you plan, because these things are really freaking hard to track down. It's not like no one makes a list. No one. It's like it seems.
No, and there's some that you don't realize that you're like. For example, if you are a Keanu fan, you're like, oh my god, I need all those covers. You probably didn't know they existed. But there's also, you can tell from just the 3 of us, we all have different interests and different covers that we're drawn to or want, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's the nice thing about this. You'll instead of wandering and finding these books, you'll have this one easy place to come and make your list and know exactly where you need to go and how much you need to spend. Sometimes you'll be surprised there's a book you want and it's like it costs $100. It's nice to know that before walking up to the booth and then debating it right then and there if you're going to be able to do it. So it definitely helps to plan accordingly. And it just makes it actually a lot more fun, because once you get those books, you've seen everything, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of just chat with people and dig
you
through
can go
some
to
knowledge.
enjoying the convention and not running around everywhere.
Right.
You can be efficient, knock the stuff out, get the work done early, and then just go hang with the friends and the
It was
family
like
the rest of the time.
It was like New York Comic Con a couple years ago. We had Rage was there, and he was running around getting all the exclusives, and it felt like you couldn't talk to him because it was too precious of time to collect, to get all those exclusives. And so it was kind of funny. So the list will be available in the content section under conventions is one place to find it. but it'll be John. If you go to the main page on the site, the front page.
I'll just show real quick. So if you go to CP content and it says conventions, it'll be in there tomorrow, right, Matt?
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, and it'll also be up there. So right now, that's all that's in there. But usually there's a scroll, so that'll live on that top bar, and then it'll also be, if Johnny scroll down to the articles, there's a right there latest articles, so it'll be in there as well. You're seeing, you won't see this version. This is some of the articles that we're working on.
Yeah,
so John has a viewpoint of things that are still work in progresses, but you won't see that stuff.
All right, so let's do this giveaway, folks. We got 28 entries. I know Matt has something in the oven.
I do. It just went off. All right, Angela's got it.
Last chance. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being a supporter of the show. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. I don't know, all this stuff. Hit buttons on your screen. All that kind of stuff.
All the things.
All right, let's draw. Hey, Joey.
There you go.
Congrats. So, Joey, if you're still here,
Yeah.
be sure to send me or Matt an email with your shipping address, john@coverprice or matt@coverprice.com, and we will get this out to you as soon as possible. And yeah, for everybody else, thanks. Any last words for you guys?
No, I'm good. Well, how about you, Phil? What do you got?
I've got a giveaway coming up. I hit my 150 mark on Instagram.
Woo! Now at it 150,000.
Yes, 150,000, and I blew it away by 10,000. I did it in the last 3 days. I've gone up 10,000 followers.
Oh my God!
So it's now at 160,000, and still probably going to hit 161 tonight. So it's going good. But I'm going to be giving away Nikon DSLR camera. I'm going to be giving away Avengers Tower Lego. And I'm looking for a comic right now.
Way to make our giveaways look like crap.
Yeah, come on, Phil.
Well, it's a big number, man. I've never really celebrated before. So it's kind of like,
that's actually, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I want to say thanks, and I've gotten a lot of sponsorships because of the people that follow me, and it's been a blessing. Right. So I want to throw something out there and say thank you to everybody. But it's going to be one giveaway with all those things, 3 winners. First place gets to pick, second place picks what's left, and then third place gets whatever's left over, but it'll all be cool things. So,
wow. And that's great. We'll definitely follow that for sure. Forget about this giveaway.
It's my Instagram. It's not my YouTube. It's not my YouTube, but it's my Instagram. So just type in One True Nerd King let me find my link real quick here.
Yeah, I could drop it too.
Actually, I don't think I can put in my link.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, for Instagram. But yeah, it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna be putting it up there probably tomorrow or Wednesday. One of the three. I'm not really
after
sure.
This show, you're gonna be 150,042.
That would be fantastic.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, make sure you follow it. I did really like your RoboCop clip.
You like that one? You like that one?
I think I watched the wrong RoboCop. And
the Star Wars one is the one that went like in one day 8 million viewers. That was the one that brought in about 10,000 followers in 2 days. That was the weird one. But there's different ones. I've got one with 35 million and some with, it's weird. Instagram's weird, man, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, if you get there, you're entered, and I'll have all that post up later on this week.
That's awesome. All right. Well, cool. Thanks, everyone. Be sure to come to the site tomorrow to see the full list. We're going to add about 200 more comics to the Megacon list. And there you go. There's Phil's Instagram, so go check him out. And cool. We'll keep those comics covered. Okay. Bye.